So for those just joining us, welcome. For those on Facebook, welcome. Looks like we've got a good group in both places. So, yes, we are having a great old time. So, I would love to hear from you guys how your October is going. Kind of we're moving into a new season, and things are some things are slowing down, some things are speeding up. But I'd love to hear how your world is as we are coming into the last week of October. Go ahead and put it in the chat. How's your October shaping up? Yes. And I forgot to put the link to the Zoom on Facebook, so let me add that in there. I am putting my multitasking to the test here. Holding the computer on a steering wheel. Let's see how we do. Okay. All right. Got that posted now. So, hurricane map clear. Yes. We're grateful for the downgrade of the recent hurricane in Florida. That was a huge blessing. um, and weather itself is something we get to build a relationship with, isn't it? As it's being, I mean, it's definitely cooler down here. We're been hitting freezing a couple times at night. So what, yeah, how's your relationship with change? How's your relationship with hard, with opposition, with new, with challenge? That's one of the things that fall invites me to look at is, do I have a healthy relationship with what looks and feels hard? Winter in Utah is particularly hard. The snow, yes, we have some people talking about their flooding. And so just an invitation to sit in that question. Um, love this. Oh boy, Tabby has been hit by the flooding, and they're currently tearing out walls, trying to limit the contamination. So blessed to have great support from family, neighbors, friends, and customers. God is so good. Aid to the man. And Esther quotes Anne of Green Gables, I love living in a world where there are Octobers. I have a 12-year-old daughter who is such a huge Anne of Green Gables fan, and we just watched the whole series, and yeah, so good, right? A world where there are Octobers. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and jump into some coaching today. Go ahead and raise your hand if you're on Zoom, and we can bring you on live. So Becky asked where I am. I am in the middle of nowhere. So if you came on late, my number 2 and number 3 boys, Sam and Ben, have started a homestead here in the middle of nowhere. So that's where I am. The whole family came down Monday, and we worked with them all day Monday, and I stayed for the week. So that's where I am. We're on the ranch. We call it our Roots Ranch. So that's where I am calling from today. And it looks like the internet is holding up. So go ahead and raise your hand if you want to come on live and talk about what's coming up for you. Whatever you want to process. super grateful um, for this community. Okay, Julie is raising her hand. So you should get an invitation to come on as a panelist, Julie. Okay, there we go. Good morning.
Okay, good morning. I'm super anxiety now that I actually raised my hand because but every time somebody raises their hand on this coaching call, it always resonates with other people. So
Absolutely.
I'm stepping through my fear and jumping in.
Way to go for it.
Um, so I would love some coaching on how to get over um, like blocks that like my block is self-sabotage.
Hmm.
And like I know all the things I need to do. I've been in doTERRA for 10 years. I've done all the trainings, I do all the things, and I still have this mental block. And yesterday my counselor said, I think it's like you have a fear of success.
Hmm.
And I'm like, why would I have a fear of success when that's my heart's desire, you know? And scripture says God will give you the desires of your heart, you know, like,
Mm-hmm.
and so I've done like everything you can imagine. I've done emotion code and body code healing. I've done, you know, like all kinds of, I'm not afraid to do the work to get
Mm-hmm.
past this. But for some, like, so I hit gold last month because it was convention kits, you know.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my team went to convention and bought convention kits. And um, so I hit gold with a little bit of work. But I am just like, I really feel like God has called me to do this. And Monday I was like, God, did I hear you right? Is this like I've had a really difficult month? Like I had some events that I had really high expectations, and it turned out I only got two enrollments, you know, where there was a 5,000 people. And it's like, I don't know if my energy is repelling people. I've tried to do energy work and prayer and meditation, and I'm doing miracle morning every morning. And, you
Awesome.
know, I'm doing all the things, but there's still this underlying self sabotage that I can't seem to get past. So
Well, first of all, congratulations on hitting gold. That is so awesome.
thank you.
And there's lots of love in the chat too for that. That's a huge win. So that deserves some celebration.
Thank you. Yes, it was a celebration, and we did celebrate for sure.
Good. Yeah. How did you celebrate? I'm just curious.
My enroller, Becky, and I went to lunch, and she gave me a cute little gift. And, you know, we haven't had like a team celebration
Hmm.
because there's just, yeah, lots of stuff on the team going on.
Hmm. Well, that's great. That's awesome. Yeah, I hope you're giving yourself plenty of space to really soak in that celebration energy. That's
Started with Tiffany, the first thing she said is
yep,
that, you know, have you celebrated, you
yep.
know? And so
It's a crucial piece. It totally is. So let's talk about this idea of self-sabotage. Where do you see that showing up, and what makes you think that this is I mean, first of all, what are your goals? Tell me what your goals are.
my ultimate goal is presidential diamond.
Okay.
I want to be able to give away 90% of my income, my doTERRA income, and live on 10%. And I'd like to live on 10,000 a month.
Awesome.
And So I want to be able to give to charities that I work with that support trafficking
Mm,
victims. I am a trafficking victim,
mm,
and so I want to support the recovery because I have been in and out of counseling my whole life and still dealing with, and that's part, I believe, part of my self-sabotage is that programming that
mm.
happened in my childhood abuse.
Wow, that is so
Um,
huge.
yeah, so that's my ultimate goal, but I want to support. I have a locally where I live in Colorado, a trafficking survivor nonprofit that I support and volunteer for, and so I want to be able to support them financially and some of the other and Healing Hands, trafficking the hope. Um, so yeah,
Awesome. I love that. Okay, so you've been in doTERRA for how long now? 10 years. Okay. And so it sounds like you got big goals and you're you've it sounds like the energy that I'm feeling is some frustration that you're not further down the path, that you want to be.
yes.
And I think your audio keeps switching between Bluetooth and
I'll take the Bluetooth out. Is it better?
yes, that's much better. Thank you.
Okay.
So am I reading that right? That the reason you're feeling self-sabotage is because even though you've made it to gold, you're wanting to be further down the road. Is that right?
Yes. And uh, I want to support my people better. Like, because part of my self sabotage is that I have all kinds of, like, I know I use Enroll Pro. I know I need to um, be sending people emails, and I just don't do the things that I know I need to do that are
Hmm.
going to support my people.
Okay. So you'd like to be a better support and lead in that specific way.
Yes, I'd like to be a better leader, a better um, recruiter. Like every time I get people that say they want to do the business, I start them on the path, and like within a month or two they're backpedaling. Oh, I don't think this is for me.
Uh-huh.
So I still don't have a lot of leaders. I still am pretty much doing everything. I have one person that is really working the business, and I'm pretty much building everything else.
Okay. So you're feeling the need to support your community since you're the only one actively building.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So as you um, drop into what's needed to get from here to Presidential Diamond, so the delta between gold and Presidential Diamond, um, what do you feel like the biggest need is?
Customers and builders. Well, builders, really.
Yeah,
People that
yeah,
have the same passion and vision I do.
right. Yeah, I think you're spot on there. I think it's builders. So so Presidential Diamond is 6 platinums that you're enroller of. So um, you're not going to be able to enroll enough people to build a presidential diamond structure, right? It's going to take partners.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And
So
leaders.
yeah, builders, leaders, partners, whatever you want to call them. Exactly. So, um, so just drop into that question. What can I do to attract powerful, well, I shouldn't put words in your mouth. What what kind of leaders, how would you define this leader or the you, that's the word you used. Instead of builder, you said leader. What kind of leaders are you looking for?
People that are like me, that are willing to put the time and effort and are passionate about the products and have a vision like I do to either, replace their income or to be willing to do this at a level that is going to bring them income. They're committed, capable, all of the things. They enroll, they have their own events, they do. Is that what you mean, like
Uh,
specifics?
yeah. So what kind of time commitment would you be looking for? Like what's your ideal? If you could wave your magic wand.
That, well, living it 20, I mean, it's pretty much 24/7 when you're that committed.
Uh-huh.
Like it's um I live, breathe, eat, sleep doTERRA. It is
Yeah.
it is my it's my passion, it's my calling, it's what God's asked me to do. And I believe everything that I've been through in my life, including the abuse, has prepared me for such a time as this, to be where I am right now today, to change lives with these oils.
Awesome. I love that. So you're looking for people who are all in, like you.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Hang on one sec. Okay. So you're looking for people who are all in, like you. I'll just add to the chat here what I heard you say. Willing to put the time in, the passion about the product, they have a vision to replace their income and do it at a level that does produce those results, that produces income.
Right.
Awesome. Good clarity. So, um, if you um, if you could wave your magic wand, how many of these leaders would you find?
Well, six. I need six
Okay.
platinums. Six
Okay.
diamonds would be better.
Yeah, right. I love that. So six diamonds. So let's be clear about I am attracting six diamonds or above. At least six diamonds or above. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So where would you find um have you done the exercise in the business building guide on finding builders?
Probably not. I mean, I've done a lot of the business building guide. I don't know that I've done that specific exercise.
Okay. Let's pull that up real quick just for the benefit of everyone, including yourself. So I'm going to share
I'm going to go grab my
my
DVG
screen.
here.
So I always Google doTERRA Empowered Success. I should probably just bookmark it. That'd save me time. And then you come down to Empowered Success, click
There's
on
a
business.
new version of it that,
Yep, that's right. Yep. So this new cover with the person instead of the, I think it was black spruce.
yes,
That's how you know it's the new version.
right.
Okay. All right. So if we
Is
look at
that black
the,
spruce with the pink flower on it?
yes. Yep. Isn't that amazing?
It is.
Okay. So we're looking at this table of contents here and there's a whole section on finding builders. and it's from 80 through 95 is the finding builder section. So if you haven't done any of this, I would invite you to go to the names list in the prepare section. And then after you do your names list, be sure to prioritize your names list.
Yeah, I've done all that. I
Yep.
have.
Good. Okay, so let's scroll down to the find builder section.
Yeah, tell me what page it is.
So page 80 in the new one, and I think they tried to keep the page numbers the same.
They're pretty close.
So let's see what's on your page 80.
Finding business partners, 81.
Yep. Okay, perfect. Yep. So, okay, let's see if we can zoom out a little bit. All right, so this is page 81. So we go through the checklist of 1 through 7, and these are ways to help get in the right mindset of finding business partners, right? So getting clear on your vision is the first, that's the question I was asking, right?
Yes.
And when you're talking with potential business partners, these are fantastic questions to ask, right? What are some causes that fuel your passion? You know, you mentioned trafficking, and so helping other people get clear on what causes motivate them, and being clear on your own as well. And then you're also looking for people who will come along with or without, like, your success is up to you, is what number 2 is saying. That you're the master of your destiny, right?
Right.
And then the third is about the whole build conversation, which is going through the build guide, and inviting people to do this as a business, to either replace income or supplement or multiply their income. And then number 4, getting your prospects to corporate and team events. So this is where, getting them to convention is pure magic. Getting them to experience doTERRA is your next best thing. This is a monthly event that we hold that is a game changer, and people fly in every single time. In fact, our next Experience doTERRA starts Friday, in 2 days. So
I've been wanting to get to one of those, and with my one leader, and she has some people that are toying with the idea of being builders,
yep,
but more
yep,
sharers.
totally. Yeah, that's great. Well, it often starts with sharing, right? It doesn't have to start with a big commitment or a um, big ambition. So
Right.
that's totally great too. Okay. And then number 4, or number 5, connecting with your upline. It sounds like you've got a great upline, Becky, who you've done some celebrating with.
Yes.
Great way to leverage them and inspire new prospects. We all know the saying that a prophet is never recognized in his own country, right?
Right.
Sometimes we need an outside expert, and that's what an upline can be. But it doesn't have to be an upline. It can be crossline. It can be, so many different things. And so the next question is kind of thinking about people that you want to spend the rest of your life with in this partnership, right? Going into the people you want to travel and work and co-create with. And then 7 is really about building, is about believing in them.
Right.
So I can't tell you how many people started doTERRA with very little belief in themselves, but because their upline believed in them, they grew into that belief. So and then beneath that, we have a list of qualities, comparing and contrasting those who are committed and capable and those who are not.
Right.
And so often the big players live their lives with high belief, lots of intention. They're highly motivated, and they're self-starters. They like to create from inspiration. So this first page is really mindset, right? Getting the right mindset. And then the next page is getting really practical. So we're starting to move into what are some specific scripts that you can say as you invite people to build. And so that's what I love about the business building guide is it's not ethereal. It's really, really practical. So
So I've been following you and Natalie for a long time, and I heard recently that you guys don't. I mean, you really only invite to the business, and you guys shared it. I've been to your leader-led trainings and things like that multiple times at leadership convention. But do you only focus on looking for builders and not customers?
well, there are two, I mean, yes and no. We have one of Natalie's greatest strengths is strategic. That's her number one strengths finder, Gallup strengths finder strength.
Right.
And so she's very good at looking for and meeting needs. And so if she's talking to a neighbor who is, just really broken physically and like they're just screaming, you know, they need healing,
Right.
then that conversation is going to be about the healing they need, right? So the key is we're meeting needs. Now, when it comes to finding our key partners, so for leadership, we put up a chart of our front line, and I can
Yes.
probably find that if we wanted to.
I remember that. And how many people you
Yeah, it was like
approached
80,
with the business?
it was like 70%, the
Right.
conversation was primarily business.
Yeah.
And so even though we thought Elise Chedevy was pure evil because she was so business focused, that's actually how we led the conversations with our key partners. Was, look, this is a legitimate business, and here's why. We're all in with this business, and what we really want is to build this business with you. And so we want to partner with you. That's the nuts and bolts of those conversations. And so yeah, when you're looking for partners and when you're talking to partners, it's never been, I mean, there were like 20% that we led with product and it turned into business. But yeah, the vast majority, 70% was leading with business. So I think we often downplay the business opportunity that we have. We're so proud of the fact that we have a solid product offering, and so we're here to heal the world, and so I think sometimes we shy away from the incredible uh, financial opportunity that we have to offer. It's just as valid, it's just as powerful as the product we're offering. And so if any of you on this call are for some reason, shy or a little ashamed of the business opportunity, I'm hereby giving you permission to let that go and to shift that in this moment. You have the most incredible gift to offer the world through doTERRA's business opportunity. And so that's huge. Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out, Julie. So, yeah, and I don't need to go through this whole section, but there's really, really great stuff here on expanding your influence, asking for builder referrals. I think this is another place where we leave so much on the table. Talking to strangers, how to begin that dialogue. And then here's the section on the intro to build. So, the high level overview of that conversation. And then some scripts for the intro to build. So that's a high level overview. I didn't mean to spend that much time in the BBG, but that's a treasure trove. So don't ignore that resource there.
Yes, and I mean we teach this to our people. We have my leader and I have a monthly, we call it a lunch and learn, and we do
Right.
business training, and we go through the BBG
Fantastic.
to talk about. So I mean I use this, this is my blueprint, just as like the Bible is my blueprint for my life, this is the blueprint for my business. And again, I feel stuck.
Yeah, I hear you. Yes. So let's go to the emotional side. So as I was as you started talking, you already identified that self-sabotage is what you're seeing and noticing. And so I went to the Essential Emotions book and I looked up self-sabotage. So have you been through this section before?
I haven't been through specifically self-sabotage, but I did do a session with Mark Garrett.
Oh, great.
And I have been to the emotional breakthrough training, but go ahead.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, what were your takeaways from from your session with Mark?
It was revealing on where, because we did basically unworthiness,
Okay.
because that seems to be my feel like I'm unworthy of
Mm.
success or reaching my goals or that kind of thing. So we ended up doing Copaiba, and it
Mm.
was the oil of unveiling, and but
Mhm.
so I'd love to hear your self-sabotage.
Sure. Yeah. Well, Mark is he's awesome. We've loved working with him, and he's such a natural coach already. Uh,
Yes, I'm on his, and I ran into Mark and Jen at convention at your training, at the leader-led training.
oh, great. Fantastic. Okay, so let's take a look at the first section is the oils. So we've got Metapower, Xenocrin, Blue Tansy, marjoram, laurel leaf, and black pepper, pink pepper, and ginger. So as you look at that list, which one or two pop out? Which of those are
Um,
speaking to you?
probably pink pepper.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump to the um, if I can get my cursor to work. All right, so pink pepper. Let's go to that. It's
I
in
love the new book,
here.
by the way.
Oh, thank you. That's been fun, hasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so just go ahead and scan through this. Um, intrinsic equality.
That's interesting. Reckon they're using external factors as a measuring stick of self-worth.
Mhm.
Yes, comparison. Self-love is a problem. Yeah, self-care, self-love is definitely difficult. Doesn't matter how many affirmations I do, I still not sure I believe it.
Wow. Okay. So it sounds like you were spot on with this particular oil. So let's go back to, oh, I should remember what page we were on. Sabotage. Okay. Did I pass it up? Oh, let's be back here. Why am I not seeing it now? There it is. Okay. So you've already identified that you do have a pattern of sabotaging your efforts. And you also pointed out that you have a counselor who said that you have a fear of success.
Yes.
So I want you to close your eyes and just sit in this question. What will it take for me to stop avoiding and undermining and instead to choose self-awareness and healing?
A miracle.
Okay, do you believe in miracles?
I do. Absolutely. 100%. Happen every day.
Good. Good. So can you expect a miracle on this topic?
So I knew this was going to get me, Andy. I believe in miracles for everybody else.
And why is that?
I don't know. It doesn't feel like, again, that I'm worthy of the miracle because I've tried all these things and nothing has worked. And I cry out to God. It's like, please heal me, get me through this, and I feel like miracles happen for everybody else. It just doesn't, it feels like nothing works for me. And so that makes me feel like I'm unworthy.
Hmm. Hmm. So I'm hearing a few different things, a few different scripts. One of them is that a miracle needs to look a certain way. So you're expecting a miracle as long as it's in the shape and form of presidential diamond.
Well, not necessarily presidential diamond, but just healing from my own, like my PTSD from being abused for 15 years, and being trafficked. And, yes, Karen, I'm a survivor, not a victim. But I feel like I've tried to do everything right and everything I can. And I still deal with depression, anxiety, PTSD, all the things that come from having that experience. And I feel like I watch miracles happen every day for everybody else, but it just doesn't feel like God's going to reach his hand down and touch me and heal me because I still deal with it.
Yeah. So you've seen miracles in others' lives and haven't seen that level of healing yet in your life.
Right.
So I want you to just close your eyes for a minute and think about what are the miracles that you have seen so far?
Well, I'm not in a psych ward, and I see a lot of people that have been through what I've been through that are in a
Mhm.
psych ward, and I still
Yep,
am very functional. And, so that it is a miracle that I am who I am today and that I've accomplished what I have accomplished.
absolutely. What else?
That I've been married for 36 years and he hasn't walked away with all of my insanity.
Yeah, we're all insane. So every partnership is a miracle, right?
Right. That
Awesome.
I have my health. I'm not an
Yeah.
invalid. I'm not,
Yep.
I'm still
Absolutely.
able to move my body and, function.
Yep. Love it. So let's think about your gold team. Most golds have at least 100 team members, usually many more. Do you know about how many team members you have?
I have about 1,200.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I have a large team, but most of it, a lot of it is from my leader, Val.
Okay. So just close your eyes and I want you to start visualizing these individuals that make up your team. Start to see the faces, and you probably don't know all 1,200,
Right.
but start to catalog, each of the families, each of the stories, each of um, the miracles that's happened
So
in the
many
lives of these
miracles.
1,200. And you've been instrumental. You've been the window for that light to pass through.
Wow. It's funny how I can see that as you have me visualize it. And but it's interesting that I don't see me as the catalyst.
Hmm. Wow.
That because that is success. I mean, what I've
Yeah.
done already is a huge success.
Yeah. Like wild success. I mean,
Yes.
if you were to survey just the people on this call, how many of them have a team of 1,200 people? I'll bet it's very, very few of them. So I would call that a just an insane success by all standards. So um yeah, I just want you to close your eyes and claim your part, as big or small as it is, claim your part in the miracle of your team.
Out loud or to myself.
Whatever feels right.
I am a success.
Yes, you are.
like I have days that I am super in flow, and um I know my worth. I know that I've got 22 years of experience with essential oils, that I have something to offer people, that I reach out with confidence, and the days that are bad are so much less now than they were.
Mhm. Wow. Do you see the miracle in that?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's huge.
it is. It is.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing me back
Well,
to reality.
thank you. Thank you for shining your light. I'm just seeing so many people in the chat who are just inspired and see your brilliance and see your light and just want nothing more than for you to see it in yourself. Um, so yeah, I think um, one of the challenges of doTERRA, but in life in general is, we see other people's successes, we see other people's miracles, and, doTERRA does their best to acknowledge those, right? And
Right.
so that puts a lot of focus, and if we're not careful, we can slip into this game of comparison, right? Where, well, I haven't had that success, I haven't had that healing, I haven't walked the stage yet, I haven't had the biggest team yet. And so um, the the gift is living in the current miracle, right? The miracle of what is. Um, and you've mentioned all of them. You've mentioned many of them, I should say. I'm sure there are many more. Your current health, the fact that you're not in a psych ward, the fact that you're married 30 plus years, like all the miracles of your current team, all those things are worthy of so much celebration. And that's the energy that will continue to bring more of the
Yeah.
same. So gratitude is truly the magnifier, right?
Right.
Um, and I just want to share, um, almost as an afterthought, because the main idea is to attract more miracles, um, celebrate the current miracles. But I don't know if you've ever watched The Chosen.
Yeah, all of it.
Okay. So um in season 3, episode 2, little James is an apostle who has some kind of um you know limp. He walks with a crutch,
Yes.
and he's watching Jesus heal um everyone. I mean, his
Yes,
team
except him. Yeah.
except him.
Right.
And he has this conversation that just moved me so deeply, you know, where Jesus asks him, well, do you want to be healed? And he's like, well, of course, you know, why
Yeah.
would I not want to be healed? And and then Jesus asks him, are you willing to not be?
Ooh, yeah.
Are
Totally
you
forgot that
willing,
part.
are you willing to continue to be a witness of the light, of the miracles, of the goodness, and still have your limp and still have your crutch? Um, we don't know if it was for the rest of his ministry. Um, so
Well,
somehow we get to expect miracles and sometimes still have a crutch, still have a limp, and still be a witness, right, to the incredible gifts of healing um, that do miracles on the daily.
yeah. That is super powerful. Like, I never thought of it that way, that maybe God needs me to still have the thorn, just like Paul had the thorn that
Mhm.
he, had to live with,
Yeah.
that maybe this is a gift that I still have to deal with this every day, like some days. Thank you.
Yeah, we don't know, right? We never
Yeah.
know which miracles are going to be ours and which are going to be our children's and the people we love. But I just feel this deep, deep call to continue to believe and to continue to show up and to be a light, to be a
Right.
window to the light.
Right. With or without my thorn or
Yeah,
my crutch. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Wow. Thank you. That's super powerful.
Yeah, thank you so much, Julie. Thank you for shining for each of us today. I'm so grateful for you. And um, I hope you've seen some of the comments.
Yeah, I've seen some of them, and I know
Good.
Tracy. I did some strengths work with Tracy, and I've met Karen Mammon in Colorado. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot of them. Thank you guys for all the love.
yeah. The temptation, right, is to throw it all over and say, maybe this works for everyone but me. Um, but I love your tenacious willingness to just keep showing up. The fact that you're here on the
Yes, and I
call
am definitely
today.
tenacious, and I do keep showing up for sure. So
Yep.
thank you,
So thank
Andy. I
you.
appreciate it. I really didn't want to do this
Mm.
today because I didn't want to do this in front of everybody, but
Well, we are so grateful, each of us, for you. So thank you for continuing to show up. I'm always amazed, that the most common thread I'm seeing in the comments is you're me. You're being my voice. So
yeah, and I knew that. So I knew that it would help somebody besides me.
yeah.
So again, stepping through fear, guys, right?
Yep,
So
exactly.
thank you for the
Yep.
breakthrough. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much, Julie. We're sending you so much love, so many prayers, and we're gonna keep believing no matter
Yes.
what the outcome,
Yeah.
right? Jenica mentioned Seth's talk from convention. How long does it take, and what does it take? So we we keep showing up, whatever it takes, and
Right.
so thank you for everything you do to continue to show up for your team, for yourself, for your marriage. Um, you're an inspiration.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much and everything you do for us. I really do.
Thank you. Sending you lots of love and sending love to all of you who are on this call. Thank you for all that you do. I saw somebody else mentioned that they feel similar things because they've dropped from gold down to premier, and
Yeah.
so shied away from the business and believing the business. I just want to reaffirm that the business works, and you might be in the middle of a very inspiring story, right? The most inspiring stories, people have to go through a low before they can rise up and be an incredible example to others. So wherever you are on your journey today, keep on showing up, keep um, keep lifting others, keep believing, and I promise you the light will come. There will be miracles for you, for your team. They might not always take the shape or form that you'd hoped, but they do come. So thanks much for showing up, everyone. Um, I'm so grateful for you and your shining examples. So keep on shining, and we'll see you next week.